Let's take a look at now the chords for the song How He Loves. And we're in the key of A, and that is our first chord that we start out on. Now we've got some right hand octave work to do in the intro and on some of the choruses, but we're going to start off with the basic chords themselves once we get into the verse. Okay, so we're going to start off with our A chord, A, C sharp, E, and we're actually going to play that in root position starting off our verse. Okay, so there I'm just adding kind of a 1 and a 5 of that chord, the A and the E, in my left hand, working with the A full chord in the right hand. And then we're going to do an F sharp minor. Now, really, you can voice this as like an F sharp minor 7 a little bit by just keeping that same A chord position in your right hand, but moving your left hand bass note to the F sharp. When you put all that together, so your right hand didn't move at all from the A now to the F sharp minor, but you've added a 7th in there, it gives it a nice easy movement. You haven't had to switch your hands or anything like that. F sharp minor right there. And then we have a E sus. E sus 4 is what this chord is. We're just kind of walking down now to the next bass note of an E. And to do this, E sus is built on an E, A, and a B. E, A, B. Okay, but we're going to let the E be taken care of by our left hand, and we're going to do A, B, E in the right hand. There we go. So that's our E suspended. And now a D2. A D2. So normally a D2 is D, E, and A. Right there. We're going to spread that out quite a bit here, keeping it just, left hand D, big octave sound, but then the A, D, and the E for the D2 right there. So it's like a second inversion of the D2, all right? So we really have not moved our right hand much by this. So an A, and then to an F sharp minor, E sus. So really it's just switching here to the B, and then to a D2, so use your 4th finger. And that was not much movement at all, so it keeps it very close in positions. All right, and then now second half of the verse 1, you got an A, but then a D2 over F sharp. So for this one, D2 over F sharp, play that same right hand D2, but then the F sharp in the bass. Okay, and then you go through the E sus 2 or E sus again, and then back to the D2. Okay, so there's the verse. And now for the pre-chorus, same A, root position right there. And now we've got a B minor 7 over F sharp. So take care of that F sharp in the bass first. Okay, but now what we're going to do is we're going to play out of a B minor 7. So B, D, F sharp, and A. Those 4 notes would be a B minor 7 right there. We're going to, we've already covered the F sharp in our bass here, so we're going to take this A and flip it all the way down here, if that makes sense. And A, B, D over this F sharp. So very colorful chord to invert it this way, but it works. You're coming from the A, and then you're just using 2nd finger, 3rd or 4th finger for A, B, D, A, B, D. And you got it right there to the E sus and to the D2. All right. There is a plain D over F sharp on the 3rd line, right in there. So not using the E in there, but you can just play it with the F sharp, A, and D. Okay. And that's going to take care of the chords. Now we want to move on to the intro. Okay. Intro is where our right hand is going to be playing now these octave lines, all right? And so in this, we're starting up on an A note, so that makes it easier. In the key of A, just remember your song is gonna start on an A note, but an octave, okay? You can play the left-hand chord underneath, or not chord, but the bass note underneath that. So you've got A, and then G sharp, and then C sharp, okay? That's the basic walk-down pattern. So A, G sharp, C sharp. That's the first time through. Now as it repeats, you go A, G sharp, C sharp, and then up to an E. Okay, and then third time it repeats the same thing. A, G sharp, C sharp, E, and then at the very end of that, you tack on an F sharp, because you're going to be back to a D chord to end that. So as the chords in the bass and the left hand moves, it's going to complement these notes that you're playing. Let's add now the left hand bass notes to that. So you got A chord happening, A notes in the right hand. So G sharp, C sharp, that's the first time. Now over an F sharp in your bass, A, G sharp, C sharp, E. Now E in the bass, back up to the A, G sharp, C sharp, E, and then as you hit this D, it's a D major 7, but you play a D bass note and F sharp in the right hand, okay? And on that F sharp, all right? And so that is what you use for the intro as well as the instrumental, and that's going to be all the chords that you use in the song How He Loves.